Peter Obi should stop the glorification of poverty before Nigerians call him fraud. DG Adeyanju. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. A well-known Nigerian human rights activist, Adeyanju DG, has set out an important message to the former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi, who is also a presidential aspirant, urging him to stop glorifying poverty before Nigerians start seeing him as another fraud. According to a tweet he made on his Twitter handle, Adeyanju DG started by making it known that he loves Peter Obi so much, but he should stop his attitude of glorification of poverty before Nigerians call him another fraud. Speaking further, Adeyanju DG stated clearly that he hates poverty so much and he cannot stand those who preach poverty or recommend it for others. Ending his tweet, he made it known that there is nothing attractive about poverty. DG Adeyanju post goes thus: I love Peter Obi very much, but he should stop this glorification of poverty before Nigerians begin to call him another fraud. There is nothing I hate like poverty, and I cannot stand those who preach or recommend it for others. There is nothing attractive about poverty. Lately, the former Anambra State Governor, Mr. Peter Obi, has been moving from one state to another, speaking with PDP delegates so as to gain the support ahead of the 2023 presidential election. Based on this particular statement that was made by Adeyanju DG, what is your own take? On this particular issue, the last I heard of Peter Obi, he came out and he told us that he has 28, 29 or 29 or 30 years old son, a son who's going to be 29, 30 soon, and that particular son doesn't have a car of his own because he refused to buy him a car of his own, saying that he wants the man or his son to get the car himself, And people came out on the comment section and they were saying, Obi, this one they talk. So you want to tell us now that your son, he climbs from commercial bus to commercial bus, he hops from one cab to the other, or he takes Okada. And I'm like, that's not what he's saying. But just like now, our Nigeria, we have various analysts. In fact, we say people come out to say things without thinking that people can twist it. The way they will twist what you see for you. Especially when you are now somebody who is a politician or a celebrity, forget it. They will so twist what you say that you are going to even regret saying it yourself. Now back to the news. It seems DG is confusing financial prudence with poverty. Mr. Peter Obi is stinkingly rich. He has made money, but he does not throw money around wastefully. If that is what DG means by preaching poverty, it is most unfortunate. We don't need a rascal. We don't need a wasteful president. Okay. All you that criticize Peter Obi, do not even pay attention on the message he's sending out. The man had made it clear that governorship is business. Like I always say, that, is a venture. It's a venture. Leadership is a venture. This man made it clear that governorship is business. That he was able to save billions on government posts because he made sure he removed his immediate family from government. He did not allocate land to his wife and children. He did not buy a car for his children because they have to walk to get their own car. He never glorified poverty. I don't see how a rich person like Peter Obi will be glorifying poverty. Okay? A lot of people here are getting it wrong, and I've said it. People see things from different angles. That is even what makes us unique. We cannot come and agree on the same thing. Imagine how boring it would be if I say something and there is nobody to counter it for me. Life would be so boring. As I will say something and nobody counter. You see, sometimes these arguments, they are the spice of life. you seeing things from another point of view, from mine entirely. As in, you said something you'd not even imagine that, I could pick out something from what you said. And, that point that I'm going to raise could be vital. That is the spice of life. Imagine make everybody just reason the same way. We could just be like dummies. So, it is the spice of life. And the thing is, we learn from it every day. Maybe, but one important benefit, poverty is an expensive teacher. Those that manage to pass through its class will not only become rich, but also wise and strong. Deep. Did you forget that statement? How does he preach poverty? He has a good house in Ikoyi and some other areas. He lives well and dishes out millions on charity, but he chose to be simple and necessary in spending, and that is how a good Christian lives. Let me say this. I don't think people are understanding it. From the angle Adeyanju is saying this thing from, it's not the angle you are going to see it. Like I said, that is why we are all unique. I wish he went further to come and express himself on what he meant exactly by P2B preaching poverty. Because just like I said, he said he has a son, and that son does not have a car. Some people are like, okay, what are you trying to tell us now? Are you trying to tell us that this boy is climbing, is going around climbing the, what's it called? Climbing commercial buses? He's going after bikes, climbing Okada, Tell us the real story, Don't give us this half. Oga Jonathan has experienced something like that before becoming president. Maybe Mr. B will redeem us from Fulanis. My dear, like I said, let the most competent person win. Let the most competent person win. P2B, from all his sayings and from the little time he did at Anambra, Anambarians are coming out to say, the man try. But people are trying, a lot of people who, they're trying to bring out something. How would this man? Anambra, yes, he was a governor of Anambra State, which you can use to score him or fine. But there again, people are like, he governed Anambra for how many years? And that was how many years back? Policies has changed, this and that one. A lot of people are bringing out their old ideas, and it is even fine. It is fine they're bringing out ideas because as they talk, Ingo answer. As they talk, Ingo counter. The man is really sounding, sweet, just like every other politician. But the thing is, can we trust the same? Can we trust again? Will PDP even give him the primary? That is the cocoa. Will he win the primaries at the PDP? Because if he does not win the primaries at the PDP, if he does not win the primaries, you don't finish. Now we say we go focus on another candidate. That is the candidate who is also competent. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.